what we're going to do is a little listening exercise. And so it's, I have this thing that says, our lives are a result of where we focus our attention and the meaning we make up of that. And the longer you be with that, the more understanding you'll have of what it means. Because I can focus my attention on you, or I can focus it down inside what's going on with me, or inside my head what's going on with me, or I can focus it on the traffic, or so we can pull it in, push it out, so our attention goes to a lot of different places. And every time it lands on something, there's some association I have. You know, I have a different association with you than I have with you. You know, so something comes up for me depending on what it is I land on. So that's the meaning that we all have. We all have different stuff, different associations. Like, you know, I've known you for years, right? We haven't seen each other for years, but I've known you for a long, long time. I have a different association with you than with you who I've just met, right? So different things come up for me when I look at you than when I look at you. So our lives are a product of what we focus our attention on, and then the meaning we make up about that. Some things make me angry, some things make me happy, you know, but for someone else, that thing wouldn't make them angry, it wouldn't make them happy, right? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a little attention exercise around listening. So you have your partners, and you're going to have a conversation. What I want you to do, pick a A and a B with your partner. Or somebody's going to be A, somebody's going to be B.
B or A?
A. Okay.
Everyone for B, A? Yeah. All right.
Okay, so A's, raise your hand. Okay, all right. So A's, what you're going to do is you're going to tell something, a story. Don't make it like this deep thing that you need to share. Just any little, you know, you went to lunch today, and whatever, you know, just any little thing you share with your partner, okay? Partner, between you and I, you be A? Okay, then I'll listen first. Okay, so the partner's going to listen, all right? And the first way your partner is going to listen is to not listen at all. Is to be bored. Okay, watch, look around. They're not going to pay attention to what you're saying. Okay? So that's why it's not going to be this deep thing that you really need to hear. Okay? So go ahead and start.
So my wife and I
Kids got in trouble.
decided on taking a trip to
Boy, that really doesn't feel good, does it?
So meeting people. So how are you working?
And we have so much fun.
I'm going to get back into the conversation.
I think it's paintings from it. And I did pick up the drop cloth.
Can't wait to see
The
more.
facial expression.
Okay, all right, stop. Okay, all right. So, A's, how did that feel?
That didn't feel good. It felt like,
It was A.
I was like,
Okay, how did that feel?
yeah, I actually kind of got distracted myself. It was hard to maintain the train of thought.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Okay, all right. Okay, now we're going to switch, and the B's are going to tell a story. Okay, again, just, what?
did Milton?
Yeah,
but you didn't ask him. You're still not listening.
I don't want to know about
I want to know.
Thank you very much for pointing that out. I didn't want to hear it. Milton, how did that feel for you?
I work from home and I don't have this face-to-face conversation, so everything is via telephone. So when there's silence, it's the same thing. I mean, I would talk and talk and talk. And there would be silence on the phone.
That's because they put it down like a sandwich.
And when we were saying,
That was the virtual thing. But yeah, it's the same thing here. You know, I'm trying to get them. I tried to get her involved. Like I was talking about computer. I said, yeah, can I take her computer and sell it? See if she was really paying attention.
I think she got very forceful. I imagine you want to do this over the phone, but you can't. He took me and grabbed my shirt. That was good. I was like, oh. Okay, all right. So now the B's are going to be the storytellers. And A's, what I want you to do, this is number 2. What you're going to do is you're going to listen to what they say for a moment. But as soon as you pick up on something that reminds you of something about yourself, interrupt and start talking about yourself. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? You got it? Okay, so listen just enough to where you can start talking about yourself. If they talk about hamburgers, I love hamburgers, oh, I got blah, blah, blah. You know? Okay, ready? Go.
Oh man, so it's cool.
Oh,
I
and
started
now,
to decorate cakes.
Oh my God, I love that. I decorate all the time. Oh, and with the spread, she makes the most amazing cupcakes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I
just got
I never do that.
We'll be back, of course. From now on, I'll flag all.
Actually, I did actually start. I've always been kind of like, I'll bake a cake, but when it comes to decorating, that's not me. But now my job has been really needed to start decorating. So I picked up like a little set and everything, and it's really nice. Because I've always been kind of afraid to go out. I can set up like a by trying. So I can do plate really nice with my food and stuff. But when it comes to decorating, I've always been like, because I don't know why I should embellish because automatically when I want to do something, what kind of clothes don't have that. So
It's like, forget what I was talking about, like,
it's not. It's more to practice and more I say.
Okay, everybody, come back. All right, now, bees. Or whoever was talking that time. How did that feel? Okay.
Yeah, that was uncool.
Uncool? Why was it uncool?
I mean, because obviously, I mean, you're starting to tell a story and then all of a sudden you get interrupted and then it's all about, I got like 3 words out and she was like,
I was like,
wham. It's like,
Right. What happened to your story? Did you ever get to the point?
not during that whole thing. We stopped the exercise because we got it.
yeah, we got that was not nice.
But yeah, it was just like.
Aww.
So I did listen to his story in the end.
Sorry.
No, it's hard to stay.
It is.
Okay,
And I wouldn't do that.
I did.
Okay, how did that feel?
Actually, it didn't really bother me because I'm used to, like, if anybody interrupts, then just jumping back in and then listening, you know, it didn't bother me too much.
Were you able to get back to your story?
Yeah.
Yeah, did it go off or did you say
It goes off, but usually I can always track people back. So.
Wow, that's very good.
So,
Wow.
I
All right,
didn't bother
cool.
me.
Great, and who's...
I was telling the story. I was hoping he'd interrupt me on the injury and like share an injury of his. But he actually waited till I got into what I really wanted to talk about was golf. But now we're in a topic that I like, and I don't care as long as I'm talking golf. I don't care who's talking. So I started talking about golf, trying to tell my story, and then that's when he chose to jump in and start talking about his golf. And I just got intrigued, and I wanted to know more about his story. So
All right.
it didn't really bother me, but I'm used to that too, though, because I have a very passive communication skill as it is. Where I prefer not necessarily being the one talking, although everybody that knows me says, "Oh no, you talk all the time." It reminds me of the other night when we were at a conversation in my mom's house, and my wife is just talking away, and I'm trying to interject, and I couldn't. It's hard to cut in because I just don't want to offend her or offend anybody with Turnbull.
That's great. It's very aware of you to see that. You said, I kind of have a passive style. Here's what happened, and you see it. That's great. That's great, because when you're aware of it, you can keep doing it, choose it, or if there's something else, it's going to be easy to identify and tweak it if you choose. But that's cool. Thank you. Okay, so I'm not going to forget me. Between Milton and I, you might remind me if I forgot, but
We didn't think he'd
Milton. What?
We didn't think he'd forget about you.
Between us. Milton you were really good at this. He was like what you didn't let him get a word in edgewise, and it was very hilarious. It's really funny. And actually, if I thought it wasn't a role play, it would have been very annoying. Yeah, but it got hilarious because you're really good at it. Because your comments, they were about you, but they were right in line with what I was saying. So it was great. Thanks. Okay, now switch again. And people who told the story first are going to tell another story. And what I want you to do is tell a story. Now, this story can actually be something that you care about, okay? If you want it to be. Doesn't have to be, but it can be.